Yeah, that's the Paxtons, man. It's freaking great family. That media try to tarnish them, man. Look, there's another one here as well. This is bull. That's BS, man.
In 1996, this Aussie family of dole recipients would light a fuse under the Australian
So someone made a documentary about them.
public and subsequently come into the crosshairs of some of the most powerful people and institutions in the country. Driven
Oh,
forward
yeah, that's why you said you knew him.
by the tabloids' lust for ratings and punted along by opportunistic politicians to curry favour with voters, the Paxton family scandal would drag Australia into one of the most embarrassing years in media history.
Great. This is a freaking good documentary, man. This is true. They were using them for
January
propaganda.
1996, the Sunday Age would run a story featuring an unemployed teenager from St Albans, Victoria.
St Albans.
The article would end up acting as a megaphone for 18-year-old Shane Paxton to broadcast all his teenage angst and societal distaste to a national audience. Originally, Shane was not even planned to be a part of the report, only showing up in the interview after his younger brother, Mark, quote, didn't want to get up.
That is so bullcrap, man. See, 17, man. Of course you're not going to want to get up.
You guys get out of bed pretty late.
I'll wake up about 9 o'clock, look at the clock, think.
Waking up at 9 o'clock, man. That's early for the kids these days, man. He was only freaking 17, man, or 16. Come on. Cut him some slack, man.
Why do I have to get out of bed?
But Shane's uncharacteristic.
See, and they would have snipped that and just changed the narrative so bad, man. But good. He asked me as a 16-year-old, 17-year-old, and why would you need to get out of bed early for? If you're just a kid, man. Well, wake up early and clean the house. Get out of here, man.
Awoke.
And kids sleep, like especially in your teenage years. You know, man, as a teenage boy, you can sleep because as a grown boy, you can sleep easily 18 hours a day, man. Easy.
State that morning would change his and his family's lives forever. Some of Shane's comments in the article are, you get in fights, not a lot, at clubs, on trains, at the station, everywhere. Everyone wants to go you.
But that's true. That's true. That's how it was back in the 90s, man. And he grew up in St Albans as well, man. You know what I'm saying? The population in St Albans back in the 90s was heavily Asian, man. And him having long hair, yeah, he would have gone into a lot of fights, man. And that family, they knew how to brawl. Trust me, they knew how to brawl.
Or even, I'm not going to look for a job anymore. I'm going to start my own business in the music industry.
And why not? Why not?
Although in hindsight, the comments made in the article were only that of an angsty teenager from a low-income neighbourhood, this proved to be unacceptable and started a chain reaction of bitching by boomers all over Australia.
Yep, they were unfairly targeted, man.
Within a few weeks, a current affair had caught word of the public distaste and the pile-on had begun in the form of a short primetime segment featuring Mike Munro interviewing the Paxton family.
Do you think politicians and governments in general understand what you're really going through?
Nah, they wouldn't have a clue. Not at all.
Why?
If they had to come and live here, they wouldn't handle it.
They'd hang themselves.
Yeah, they would.
Like Munro with that report, pretty stark stuff, isn't it?
The segment starts with a
It's just so embarrassing, isn't it?
reenactment of Mark Paxton sleeping through his interview with the Sunday Age. And,
Yeah, you can clearly see, man, it was set up. They told him to do that.
and for some ridiculous reason, it's performed by Shane and Mark Paxton.
Yeah.
Mark, get up. Get up. It's 12:12. Get up.
And it's the same story for Shane's 17-year-old brother, Mark.
And get
There's
up.
just no reason to get out of bed.
Let me sleep for a little bit longer.
I'm honestly lost for words how stupid this is. It
Yeah.
was obviously intended to make the Paxton kids look dumb and lazy,
Yeah.
but in the hindsight of 2024 is actually a pleasant reminder to Australians that Mike Munro is a moron. After the short segment aired, ACA claims to have received an influx of angry calls and letters from the viewers responding to the Paxton family. They would pounce on the growing public interest in the Paxton family. About 2 weeks
Current
later,
affair, organised career opportunities on beautiful South Mole Island.
Now, what would you leave your family for and go over here just to work?
on the Great Barrier Reef, only 2,400 kilometres away from St Albans. A total troll by ACA in my opinion.
100%. It was a bait, man.
How
They
the
baited
ACA
him.
figured that a job with 26-hour commute time would be suitable for anyone ever.
But Mark, Bindi and Shane Paxton are not here for a holiday. All long-term unemployed, they're here to try and turn their lives around.
It's pretty funny that they call them long-term unemployed even though two of them are minors.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
How can someone 16 be long-term unemployed? The job interview at the resort is
You're right, Sean, man. It went viral before viral was a thing. It's so stupid.
throwback to a time when cut-your-hair boomers absolutely dominated the job market.
I'm honest, hardworking, and I won't let you down.
I'm in a band, so I'm used to working with people.
Yep.
And dealing with the public.
The haircuts, that's
It's got to be a haircut. These are the grooming standards that everybody meets. I can't
It still bothers me, man. You got to get a haircut. It still bothers me.
have exceptions.
This is an entry-level hospitality position at a tourist resort. The duties will most likely be washing dishes until your hand skin melts off. But in the 90s, you needed a haircut like a North Korean worker who has unwavering follicle loyalty to the supreme manager. In a
This is a
media
great
watch
documentary.
report about ACA's coverage of the Paxtons, they discovered that there never really was any serious jobs available for the kids. The resort was financially struggling, and in a last-ditch marketing effort, the resort management seized the opportunity for some free national publicity.
That's horrible, man. And they use them, man, for this for this stunt, man. Freaking horrible. I mean, look, at the end of the day, man, they're freaking kids, man. What do you want it to be? CEO of a company? Come on, man.
Hence the setup, by which I mean a staged event plotted in detail. A struggling resort, without a thought for the free publicity on a national top-rating program, offered the Paxton Kids jobs. Well, not exactly. But Munro flew them up there with their sister Bindi, sucked in.
After the
They were
report
sucked in,
aired,
unfortunately.
the
They were
public
kids.
anger was cranked up to 11. Journalists and commentators came from far and wide to join in on the frenzy. Radio presenter John Laws would refer to them as
the Paxton Kids, the putrid Paxton Kids.
Oh, that's freaking bullshit, man. That gets me freaking angry. The putrid Paxton Kids. Come on. Freaking snobs, man.
Enough to make all Australia sick. Now,
That's horrible.
Australia's most famous doll bludgers. I didn't see the program in which they starred, but plenty of you people did.
That's why.
What a freaking stupid thing to say, man. Yeah, gets me angry.
He didn't even watch the program. Over the next several weeks, ACA would continue to recut footage of the family, splicing it up and dumping it in between fresh clips of Ray Martin throwing politicians Paxton questions.
Really does make you all question just where is this country going?
Anything to keep the ratings high.
Down.
They would even go back to hassle the Paxton mother.
We don't want to be in it anymore.
And in true
Yeah. Why would you be interviewed, man? Before, they try to tarnish you. Paint something that's not true.
bottom-feeding ACA fashion, broadcast the angry neighbours' noise grievances.
You can't sleep. My dog's barking at night time.
What do they do at night?
Oh, disturbing the neighbourhood.
She's just a Karen. Absolute Karen.
Paxtons weren't without...
If you ask my neighbours, man, they'll go, yeah, man, his car's very loud. And they'll probably clip that and make it, I'm the worst freaking person in the world.
Their high-profile supporters, 3AW radio host Paul Barber would insist his listeners boycott ACA over their treatment of the Paxtons. Barber would pay a swift and heavy price for his comments, as within minutes of his broadcast, managing director of GTV9, a subsidiary of the Nine Network, had called 3AW cancelling $300,000 worth of advertising.
Good.
This would lead to Barber immediately losing his job at the station.
Oh, wow.
After the controversy, Shane and his sister Bindi would receive national attention. Shane would take part in a sketch with John Safran, in which they would ambush Ray Martin at his home, exacting a bit of revenge with an on-the-spot interview.
I get home at 8 o'clock at night. Did you talk to people next door and talk to people in the street? What did you ask them?
Bindi would appear on the cover of Playboy Australia magazine not long after the scandal.
Of all
flicks that'd have to just about take the cake.
Bindi and Shane would also both have cameos in the 1997 film Welcome to Whoop Whoop. But as time went on, society forgot about the Paxtons, as they tend to do with anything. The tabloids will still run an infrequent Paxton hit piece on a slow news day, snapping photos of Shano and, for some reason, his parked up Ford Falcon. Shane can still be seen around St Albans to this day, donning his long locks that once divided the nation. What do you guys think? Were this family total doll bludgers, or were they given a hard go by the Australian tabloids?
Man, that was freaking... That's bull. That's BS, guys, man. Absolute BS, man. But it is what it is, huh? They're news. Don't trust them, man.